Good evening and welcome to a match of Dota 2. A bit last minute call for myself, but I saw that, I saw people sitting in the lobby and I thought, hey, I want to cast that. It's part of the ESWC Qualifiers. It is a round number 4 match. It is between Scona Elite and Team C4. And there's gonna be one more round after this one, so round number 5 before the quarterfinals, and the quarterfinals will actually starting tomorrow only, and will be casted by Toby as well as the semifinals and then the finals on Sunday. So it's gonna be a qualification over the entire weekend, not just for these are Western teams, so to say, but also Eastern teams. They have the qualifications. They've had the qualifications earlier today, and have the same kind of schedule, just moved up a bit earlier than these, or at least CST time earlier for them around the same time. Well, rambling, never mind. Match Dota. So first thing to note here is this is a match where the changes of yesterday are in fact in place. So we only have 2 bans in the first banning phase, and we have some reworks done on the heroes, and I hope I have done my homework good enough so that I know all the reworks, or at least able to give you some insight on that. So we're gonna see T4. They are gonna be on the Radiant side with Scona Elite on the Dire side. This is a 1 game. This is a best out of 1. And I believe it will continue to be a best out of 1 until the quarterfinals, which would actually be best out of 3, just like the semis, with the grand finals being best out of 5, or at least that's how I understood it. But I saw something different earlier tonight as well, so it could still be only best out of 1s with the best out of 3 for the finals. But it's big. It's a big place. I mean, it's a big spot that they're all fighting for. 1 spot for East, 1 spot for West, and you're fighting for a spot to get a trip to Paris for a spot in ESWC in Paris Games Week, and they will bring it to Paris. So no need for your sponsor to actually pay for that in theory. So a lot of people wanna get that trip, obviously. We're gonna see what these 2 teams are planning for us today. So we have a Darkseer as the first pickup here for Team C4, with a Chen, a Rubik ban out, as well as a Templar Assassin and a Naga Siren. Of course, Templar Assassin, a bit of a respect ban to Wagamama as well. And I mean, regardless, actually, if Wagamama wasn't in the team opposed to them, it's still a very annoying hero to deal with regardless. We have a TIE Hunter picked up by the Dire side. Let's see if they're also going to go for Leshrek, because Leshrek got a bit of a remake as well. His Edict is a bit nerfed, so to speak. He now has that cast point that he has to deal with. And they're actually going to pick up the Venomancer instead. What I would be most interested in seeing is, 1, a Trained Protector. And having said that, I mean, we have seen Scona Elite go for a Trained Protector before. He even got buffed, but he did get buffed a lot. But I'm curious to see if they want to pick that up again, maybe. And maybe as a carry, I would like to see, I don't think we're gonna see it, but I would like to see a Drow Ranger. Just because. But we'll see. We'll take it at our time. Invoker gets picked up here by C4, as they now have two solo lanes sorted, or at least Invoker can solo mid, Darkseer long lane, and they have still every option open for the rest of their forest / lane. Either they go for a strong dual lane, strong tri lane, or still for jungle hero as well as for a dual lane. So for jungle heroes, we still have the Enchantress in as well as the Enigma. And I have to just note here, the Lycan is not picked up, nor banned. A hero that we saw banned a lot of times before this new drafting phase. He did get nerfed, of course, slightly, but only by, his wolves got nerfed. He can't really jungle anymore. He's now more of a laning hero, but still getting banned out. And sorry, not banned out. Not there yet. What? Sorry, distracted because of the chat. I asked Wagamama what kind of delay I should have for the stream, and he said 2 minutes is okay. So that is why I have 2 minutes delay and not 4 minutes like Wagamama is streaming on. So that is why I have 2 minutes. That is why I got distracted. It's not going to be a Lycan that's going to get picked up. It wouldn't really fit into their lineup anyway. They already have their solo lanes, but they do pick up the jungle hero, pick up Enigma, have team fight secured with that as well, and of course the infamous combination of the vacuum black hole. Now I have to note that vacuum got nerfed a bit as well. It's just a bit, it's still a vacuum. I mean, you can't really change that. It's still the same mechanic, but it's less damage, and I believe the AoE is less as well. So it's a bit worse, but still there. He still has that Darkseer. He is still Darkseer. He's still a good hero, even with that nerf. We're gonna see what Scona wants to go for. Oh, Jakiro, sorry, no sound. There we go. Jakiro got reworked. Hey, they changed his profile picture. You now see them flying in the clouds. I don't think you saw that earlier. But Jakiro now has his ice path, which doesn't do the same as it did earlier. Now you can lay down the ice path, and everybody that tries to walk through it will get stunned. Will get frozen, so to speak. Well, before, of course, you had to actually aim it and then first the path and then the frost and then hope someone got locked inside of it. But it's going to be a Jakiro that's going to be picked up by Scona, so interesting to see how that goes. Tristo still in. We have Team C4. They ban out the Wisp and the Juggernaut. They did their homework, and they don't want to be facing that from Scona Elite. We have the Disruptor ban out from Scona already. And Disruptor, I mean, he is considered a bit of a counter to that Wisp. So that is quite unusual to see him banned out even after the Wisp got banned out by C4. But maybe they're aiming on going for something like a Tinker or Nature's Prophet or something like that. And I'm saying that because, I mean, Disruptor is just such a powerful hero. If you think about that, Glimpse and heroes that can TP, like in combination. But we're gonna see if they're actually gonna pick up one. I'm also thinking maybe Storm Spirit Revealer, but again, that's only because of that Disruptor there. We have a Leshrac ban out as well as a Undying. So Team C4 banning out that pushing hero. I'm not quite sure if Scona would have actually gone for that, but we'll see what they... Well, they can't go for it anymore now anyway, so that's sorted, I guess. And let's see what Scona is going to do for their last ban. I'm kind of thinking, I mean, C4, they lack a strong dual lane right now, because they have their solo lanes as said, as well as their jungle, so dual lane is the one that they want to go for. So curious to see what Scona wants to ban out, if there's actually one of the heroes like a CK, like a Brewmaster, those kind of heroes that they want to pick out, or rather one of the supports for the dual lanes, like a Shadow Demon, or something along the lines of that. It's one of the two, I would guess. Well, it's not that hard to guess, I guess. It's going to be a Lich, it's going to be a support they don't want to face, and it's going to be a support that is very good at denying. I mean, if you have a Lich and an Enigma on the same lane, or not on the same lane, in the same team, that's going to be a lot of experience and gold denied to you. So Lich being banned out here, also maybe indicating that Scona Elite wants to go for a very hard carry here, but we'll see what they're actually going to pick up. It's first going to be the chance for C4 to pick something up here. I mean, in theory, they don't have to rush their support, because Jakiro and Venomance are both indicating they're gonna be, at least one of those is gonna be a support, even if they're still gonna be a jungle hero, or maybe even a dual lane with that. So they would, I don't think they should be picking up their support as the first pick of these last two picks that they have. Rather, unless, of course, they want to keep it as a surprise for as long as possible. Of course, they don't have the last pick, but it does. Well, it does add something. I mean, you have less chance to get yourself countered in that sense, so it's either the safe pick or...
10 seconds remaining.
Well, I don't know how... It's also a kind of safe pick. There's two different kinds of safe picks. It's going to be support, so it's going to be a surprise. No counter for Scona Elite yet. At least nothing they can pick. The danger is, of course, for C4, that Scona's now pick something up that C4 wants to play. Normally with the Crystal Main, I would say maybe we're going to see a Morphling still, because he's not banned or picked, or maybe an Anti-Mage. Though having said that, I am not entirely sure if that's actually what they want to go for. I mean, we've seen Morphling, he's... Oh, well, maybe now they want to go for something like that. But Morphling has been slightly nerfed, but how big the actual impact is, I am not 100% sure. But Faceless Void will be picked up by Scona Elite, so that's their hard carry, and that is their AFK farm hero. Of course, it is a hero that can also be part of team fights already with his Chronosphere. Even though they have two ranged heroes that can definitely help out. I mean, imagine Chronosphere, Macropyre, and Venomance ulti. Well, that's you're as good as dead. anybody that's in that chronosphere that gets hits by both of them. And they go for a Ricky, so that was indeed waiting as long as possible to pick up their Ricky to make sure he cannot be countered. I have to say, maybe a Bounty Hunter can still get picked up here. I mean, Tidehunter could solo, Bounty Hunter could solo, and Venomancer Jakiro are trailing with the Faceless Void. But no, there's gonna be a Warlock. I am liking this pickup. Purely because I like Warlock, but, you know, I'm liking it anyway. I'm switching overlays so we can get ready to see who's playing what. But yeah, it's gonna be a Warlock, so that will be interesting. And, I mean, they look so strong for teamfight, and I mean, there is of course a Black Hole Vacuum on one side, but I mean, Chronosphere, every single one of the heroes that Scona Elite has picked up has an AoE damage ability. It is, and of course Warlock as well as a Tidehunter have a stun. So imagine Fatal Bonds up first, then a Ravage, then Warlock throws down his ulti, Necropyre there as well. If the Fatal Bonds haven't killed anybody off yet, well then the rest will. I mean, it's so deadly. And it's definitely, I mean, C4, if they want to try to go for a team fight, they're gonna get out team fought, to be fair. But of course, the one big thing actually, they have to get it off. And that is something that requires a lot of coordination, and, you know, the opponent team has to actually be willing to take a team fight. Or maybe feel overconfident in taking a team fight, in which case Skonas can throw down their team fight. But we'll see, we'll see. I very much like that lineup anyway. It's gonna be Warlock, gonna be played by Wagamama on the Dire side. He'll be taking up that mid lane to get his level 6 as fast as possible. And of course get that gold up as well, because he is a hero that needs a bit of a head start. And he even picked up Blades of Attack to go for face boots and to have some easier time right clicking. Even though I have to say, the attack animation from the Warlock is definitely not bad for a solo lane hero. In the meantime, we have Mini on the Tidehunter, and he is going to be on that bottom lane. He'll be supported by Venomancer, who has already placed an aggressive ward, and he'll be played by Fishbone. And who am I missing? Top lane am I missing there? We see the Divide by Zero, who is going to be playing the Jakiro. And he is going to be happy trying out that new ice path, because I'm really curious to see that. I haven't seen it actually working yet. I mean, we know the rework, we know how it was done, but haven't seen it yet. So I'm curious to see how that will work out for Skonas. And last but not least is Benzer, and he is going to be playing the Faceless Void on the top lane. And that brings us to the last one of Skonas as this one. So we're going to jump ourselves to the Radiant side, because C4 is also ready to fight. They've also made it into this round 4 of the ESWC qualifiers of the Western qualifiers. We see I wear a helmet. He's going to be playing the Crystal Main with Miracle, not to be confused with CLG Miracle, by the way, but it's a C4 Miracle. Is going to be playing the Ricky on the bottom lane also. On the mid lane we have got ourselves an Invoker that's already acquired himself the Fatal Bonds, just some harassment I would guess. It's going to be played by Hook. In the jungle we have Enigma played by Pearl Jam, and he's also picked up those wards to help out in the jungle a bit. And on the bottom lane, sorry, top lane, this is of course, it is the famous beer brand Heineken on the Darkseer on the top lane, going to be soloing it up against the Faceless Void combined with a Jakiro. So we're going to see how that actually works. He picked up his Liquid Fire as the first one. And Liquid Fire, of course, also got a slight buff. So I do like Jakiro, and I'm very curious to see what kind of impact he's gonna have on this game. Of course, not Ice Path first pick, but probably second. Let's try to get some ganks in. Of course, it is one of those abilities. Like for Darkseer, his escape mechanism is running away. It's that simple. When he feels there's pressure, he pops on his surge and he runs away. And if you then have a Jakiro coming in from the side, lay down an ice path, and I do believe it would cover the entire lane here, he cannot go over it. And if he does, he's as good as dead, because he gets stunned, and afterwards his surge will be off, and that will be pretty painful. Pretty painful indeed. But if you ask me, where is gonna be that first blood? I may even be saying this bottom lane. Purely because of Venomancer's Gale and Ricky. I mean, he's by himself. As long as he's not level 6, he's not in a very happy position. Oh, there it was. Thought I didn't put it up just yet, but there it was. And he's being left alone a bit. I mean, where is his teammate? It's all the way back, Crystal Main, actually running all the way back, got harassed, and used one of her tangos, and now it's gonna TP again towards that bottom lane. Not yet full on HP, but shoot, no, I'm not gonna get full on HP. Oh, Fishbone, laying down a Gale's gonna try to get away, but it's gonna be Miracle that picks up first blood. That is not what I was expecting. Frostbite on the Tidehunter. Is he gonna get arrested as well? Yes, Mini now on the way out, doesn't have any mana left anymore, and Ricky just on the back of side. Not gonna be able to get him though. But that was indeed first blood. It was on the bottom lane, but I was just on the wrong team. Crystal Main going very aggressive. And Fishbone paying for that one. I mean, he laid down a Gale, but yeah, I was not expecting them to be so ballsy with that one. But good first blood. In the meantime, it's gonna be this guy that's having a lot of vision with those fatal bonds. I mean, those are just so incredibly annoying. That's basically all I can say about that. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. Is you can eat your regens, but look at that, he's already out of regen. And as soon as he has mana again, it's gonna be fatal bonds once more, and it's gonna be just annoying. In theory, though, he should not die. I say in theory because you never know. In the meantime, Malefice and Wagamama. Wagamama, I was gonna say he might die because, of course, it's gonna be Invoker versus the Warlock, and Warlock is not that great of a soul lane, or at least not versus an Invoker. So if one of them was to die, I would, yeah, that happened. So that was indeed Wagamama going down. At the same time, I mean, Miracle getting a Gale, Anchor Smash. Is there more mana? No, and he leaps away. Frostbite on Mini, getting a couple hits from a tower as well, but it's gonna be fine. Has mana again also for an Anchor Smash if he wants, and pops his Clarity. That's the last of his regen gone. And he's actually gonna try to get some last hits here. And he's able to do so as well. Clarity is being popped off by the creeps though, and I'm not sure if that's really what you want to have. Nova. Blink strikes, here comes Pearl Jam again. There is a Malefice up on him if he wants it. Lands a Gale, but Malefice will still be there, and the right clicks as well. Miracle picking up the kill. In the meantime, it's going to be Mini that's taken the other way out. Rightfully so, because he would not have been able to get out there alive. And it's 3-0. I mean, what I was going to say before we saw Ricky getting harassed here on this bottom lane first. The lane up from Scona Elite requires levels to be able to execute their strategy. Well, levels as well as farm on this guy. And this guy is definitely getting farm. I mean, we haven't looked at him just yet, but he's 25 for 8. He is higher than the hero that is actually in the jungle, so the last hits for him count less. The top 4 is all the heroes on the lanes for Scona, so that is a massive difference. At the same time, of course, the 3 kills that have been done on the side of Miracle. And that gives them some extra gold in their pockets as well. But it is they are definitely having their last hits there, and they are getting levels as well. Wagamama there again. Pearl Jam coming in once more. Malefice, and that I think that should be a kill. I mean, Fatal Ball's doing what they can, but there's no escape for Wagamama here, and he goes down. Invoker picking up the kill this time, and Pearl Jam there once again to help out. It's been in 3 out of the 4 kills so far, and it looks like they're gonna try to push here. I mean, the conversions were still up, the Iolons, and they will be able to help push down the tower. I mean, it should not be underestimated what kind of damage they actually do. Though if the tower starts hitting on them, they vanish pretty fast. Yeah. TP him back, Wagamama. I mean, he needs his level 6, just like Tidehunter needs his level 6. Just like Faceless Void, I mean, yes, he's getting farm, he needs his level 6 also to do something there. And Jakiro, he needs his level 6 as well. Macropire, need it. Only 60-second cooldown, it's really short. It's going to be really powerful in these team fights if they're actually going to happen anytime soon. Because I think for now, C4 is quite happy with getting kills on the lanes. Ricky's almost level 6 as well, almost ready to maybe start ganking. Tidehunter just got level 5, and of course I need Venomance to be level 6 also for Poison Nova. But that is gonna be oh, hello, Wagamama, Malefice there, Heineken as well, Iron Shell, Wagamama, you're not gonna be able to get away from this one, and that is the 3rd time Wagamama died on the Warlock in the mid lane. And still, I mean still, he has died 3 times, so has been out of the lane 3 times, and Hook does not have more last hits than Wagamama does. Now he's even. But imagine that. And of course Wagamama lost a lot of gold and experience with dying all the time, obviously, and every time TPing back as well. But last hit wise, he It could be worse. Who could be last hitting a lot more? I would think. But yeah, he is. It is a Quas invoker. He does a Facebook now, making last hitting easier. But you know, Exort is usually the one that makes last hitting extremely easy, purely because of that high base damage that you then have. Faceless Void getting harassed here. 45 for 13. I'm actually going to put up this net worth right now, because with the kills going on one side and the last hits going on the other side, this is going to be the more interesting graph. We do see Invoker being very high up there. Obviously, he's been part of the 3 kills and actually got 2 last hits there. Whoa, Venomance, a Blink Strike in there. Frostbite on Mini. Mini might be some trouble here. 2 Malefists going off and 1 more right click needed. There we go. Miracle picking it up, taking a lot of heat from the tower though, but Blink strikes away and it's gonna be fine. 2 for 0. Double kill for Miracle. And it is taking a long time before Scona actually can get those levels up, and they need those levels up. But Ricky is getting a lot of farm here as well. I mean, look at his last hit, 24 for 3. That is really not a lot compared to the Faceless Void. It is actually half as much. But if you look at the gold, this is because he got 4 kills in total. He didn't even get an assist. All kills that have done in this bottom lane has been last hit by him. So all the gold has mostly gone to him. So definitely not doing bad, even though his last hits aren't that formidable. But he picked up a Blade of Leprosy as well, and we might see him going for a Diffusal Blade pretty soon. And he is level 7 right now, so he is able to be invisible, and we might see him roam around a bit. Although, as long as he's having free farm a bit on this bottom lane, as well as free kills on heroes, he should be okay with staying on the lane, to be fair. I know I would be. Wagamama being on the bottom lane this time is level 7, so wants to use his ultimate by the looks of it. Tidehunter level 6 as well. Do they have... Yes, they have Dust. They just need to know that he's there. Invoker in the meantime taking down the tier 1 tower, but I'm gonna check here, see if there's anybody... Oh, Ravage being used! Catches him! Dust! Gale as well! And there's the Blink Strike. He's gonna get slowed by a lot though, and the Warlock ultimate going through. Fatal Bonds up on there as well. Crystal Main will be the one to go down. Blink Strike from Miracle still, who's still not dead yet, and it's Fishbone that's in a lot of trouble. 1 more hit needed and actually goes down to Hook, who TP'd in to save his carry. And he's gonna run away from that one, and that is not a worthy trade. And that is the ice path. And that is Heineken probably dying there. Tidehunter picking up the kill. Jakiro in the midst of this as well. The only one not here right now is the Faceless Void for Scona Elite. But at least they get the Darkseer there as well. If they didn't get the Darkseer, that would have been a tremendous waste of manpower, kind of, for Scona Elite. But they got at least a Darkseer as well as a Crystal Main. I mean, yeah, you got Crystal Main, congrats. But, you know, Crystal Main was not your main prize. It was the Ricky that they were gonna go for. Ricky is actually still hanging around from this bottom tower. Sentry ward being placed now as well. And I'm sure that Ricky saw the inventory of the person that placed it, which was actually... Oh, Malefice! Pearl Jam going for Mini. Is it gonna be anything more? There's the ice path healing up. Is it gonna be enough? Oh, it's still enough. Mini trying to juke, but there's a Blink Strike, and it's actually the Creeps that get the last hit on that one. For a moment there, I thought he was gonna get away. Just for a moment. We've seen Mini juking before, but this time, no can do.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No can do. Oh, hello, Jakiro. Wow. They are just all over the place right now, and that was a cold snap as well as Ricky going through. And in the meantime, I mean, it is now gonna be the Radiant side. I mean, it's 10 to 2. It is so in favor of the Radiant side right now. We have 2k gold, which is in theory not that much. Wait a second, we're gonna go to the top lane because something happening here. Heineken surging away. Here comes Fishbone as well. Crystal Main already on the run. Chronosphere being used for Heineken. Gale goes through, right clicks as well. Crystal Main doing what she can. Gush still hits. Vacuum in, and he's gonna try to TP out, but won't be able to do so. And it's actually Venomance that picks up the last hit there. And Crystal Main already on the way out. She has boots. I mean, she had assists in 5 of the kills, and of course, assists now get a bit more gold as well. It's rewarded in more rewarded in the last patch. Malefice, Gale going through, Venomance ulti as well, but the black hole it catches 2. Wagamama and Fishbone both got out, and Wagamama will already go down. Fishbone tries to get away. Actually changes his mind and goes for Hook, and his Tidehunter with his Anchor Smash that's able to pick him off. Ravage being used as well there though. Oh, he talked a long time there about that kill, didn't he? Sorry for talking through that. Every time. And this time Jakiro. And again, Ricky 5 to 0. He is doing good. And I have to say, of course, Faceless Void is definitely not doing good, not doing bad. I mean, he is not died yet. He is basically free from, got a lot of last hits, but kills give more gold, and that's the proof. We're Ricky out farming right now on the Faceless Void because he is farming on heroes rather than on creeps, or at least more than on creeps, because of course he is farming creeps as well.
Middle tower is under attack.
And the hit that, or the kill that Faceless Void was in, of course, got well, not really stolen, but got taken by the Venomancer, who now got a kill, and he died 4 times, by the way, in that one lane. And let's see if someone wants to be buying a gem, for example. For instance, we have a sentry ward up on the Jakira, though, but no dust. Tidehunter picking up an invisibility rune, but he doesn't have a ravage for another 84 seconds. So we're gonna see what he thinks he can do with that. Of course, the sentry ward, oh, never mind, just disappeared. Can be a new sentry ward soon, though. I'm actually gonna take a sip of water, because I need to. There's a new sentry ward. And we're gonna follow Minnie while he's walking around invisible while I drink some water. I was thirsty. 4 heroes on the bottom lane here for Scona Elite. They really want this tower. Crystal Main standing by, but she can't do anything. Top lane though has 3 heroes of C4, and they're going for the tier 2 tower. We have still Faceless Void there, and maybe they want to try to take the tower and then TP. All of them TP? No. Yes. There they go. And it's gonna be a Chronosphere, giving everybody time to TP in. And here comes Fishbone as well. And it's gonna be Pearl Gem that's gonna be going down first. Warlock picking up the kill. Hook landing on Invoker, but he goes invisible. But they have Dust, of course, because there's a Ricky on the same team. And there goes Warlock, double kill for him. TP out from Heineken, and he will be able to do so. That is 2 down. And the tower still standing. And the tower went down on the bottom lane. So good good assist there, as of course Faceless Void being there to help pick up the pieces. I mean, he got 1 assist, yay, of those 2 kills there. That definitely helped. In the meantime, Ricky has found again the Jakiro, Blink Strike, Diffusal Blade ready, and the Ice Path will still latch, but it's too late. Ricky already picked up that kill, and he's gonna be able to do that all the time, or at least 7 times, because there's no escaping for, well, I'm saying Jakiro, but I think Venomancer as well as Warlock are pretty squishy for that as well. So we're gonna see how that will go. Of course, Ricky is gonna run into some people, but they don't know that because he's invisible. He's gonna, of course, follow Fishbone. There it is, 1 more hit, and that's another kill. Wicked sick.
There are none so stabbed as those who...
Diffusal Blade, Wagamama, gosh, still lands, but there's no saving that. Or is there? Or is there? Ricky, he can Blink Strike again, though. He could. He wants to. He does it, and he gets a kill. Double kill for him, or triple if you want to count Jakiro as well. And he's going for Mini Cold Snap there as well, because the Invoker coming here, and that is a triple kill. And may I just remind you that this is a best out of 1 to go to the next round for the ESWC qualifiers, the international ones. Fishbone, yeah, he's gonna die. And we saw Benzer not even considering going for it, and actually he gets picked up. They now know that he's still there, and he's gonna TP out instantly. Good choice, and he is out even before the EMP hit. And he's gonna continue farming. It's 17-6, and the massive difference right now comes from experience. 4K in favor of the Radiant team, which is actually, considering it's 17-6, I have to say it's less than I was expecting. But of course it is Benzer that's continuously trying to farm, trying to get experience. He almost has his Battle Fury complete. And of course, as long as there's no barracks down, everything is still possible. We're gonna have to see though. Smoke up for the Dire. They've got the Ravage. They don't have the Offering. They've got a Chronosphere. And I think it's the Ravage they want to try to use to get a kill for. Let's see. They see him. There goes Chronosphere. Tornado still goes through, but they're still gonna go for it. And a Gush lands and is hooked. That's not gonna be able to get away. Tied on to picking up the kill. TP in from the Dark Sphere gets cancelled, and it's gonna be a tier 1 tower. That's gonna be the prize for that kill, and that will be the last tier 1 tower standing on the side of the Radiant. Well, was standing because now it's dead. We saw Benzer trying to go for the last hit for that, was not able to get it. In the meantime, it's gonna come Ricky from the side. Let's see who he's gonna try to pick up. He picked up a Yasha, so going for a Mantisal. Sentry ward being placed though. And there we go, timeless forward. Crystal Main cannot do anything. Getting time locked, getting stun locked, cannot do anything at all. Fortification going off. Here comes Ricky thinking about going in, but who's he gonna go for? For the courier perhaps? Courier flying away again. They do not see him right now. They're waiting for something to happen though. Here comes the Darkseer. Ice Path in your face. Ravage being used. Venomel's ulti as well. Here comes the offering as well. And there's the black hole. It catches 2 only, but Mini, he has already done his Ravage, so even if he dies, it doesn't matter. It is actually Pearl Gem that drops here. Mini still goes down. Miracle trying to get what he can. Triple kill for him already, as he already picked up the 2 supports as well. And it's gonna be Hook that's gonna be getting away from that one as Ricky gets picked off by the Venomancer last hit. Faces Void. He is gonna die for sure, or is he? Or is he? Yeah, he is. Wagamama last one alive on the team of Scona Elite. They got the kill on the Ricky, but now they need to prove they can get more. Tornado will interrupt the TP, and he is not gonna go anywhere. He is dead. And a good buyback there from Miracle, as he picked up 4 of the 5 kills that were done. In fact, I mean, he picked up the Jakiro and the Venomancer on the back side, and got the last hit on Mini as well, and then got a triple kill. Then he died to the tick of poison. Bought back, but definitely worth it because he was again able to pick up a kill as well. So having a really good streak. That was actually the first time he died, and he was 13 for 0 before he actually died. And that is a massive amount of kills on the back of that Ricky in 17 minutes. He's actually been in 17 kills in 18 minutes. Well, if you count his own one, he died once, so he's been in 18 kills. If you count his own death. Don't really know if you want to do that though. Looks like the Radiant is preparing to push down the last tier 1 tower on the Dire side, which is the bottom lane. Meantime, I'm just checking. That tower went down to half HP. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not worth giving your entire team up for. I mean, that perfect combination of the Ravage as well as the offering as well as the Chronosphere was just not there. Actually, Chronosphere was on cooldown, of course, from picking off Hook earlier.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tower gonna get pressured. They have a Chronosphere again, though. We see everybody waiting by, standing by. Ricky, thinking about doing something here. If it's just a Faceless Void, but we have everybody standing by there as well. They're ready for it as soon as Faceless Void gets threatened. And now is the right time. Is it going to be too late, though? Yes, it is. The reinforcements coming too late. Cold Snap of Wagamama, who's already going to go down, and it is buyback from the Faceless Void. TP back in here. He needs a Chronosphere. Gets doing it, including the Darkseer and the Crystal Maid. He is gonna be able to pick those 2 up at least. Hook is should be able to get away, or is he? Where's the dust? They need to have some dust. The Ravage is up again. If he uses it, he's dead. The TP is out there. They find him, and that's gonna not be a kill. And Ice Path is too slow. And the Ricky is out as well as the Enigma. Sentry Ward being placed too late. And that should have been a kill, I think. It should have been a kill, but nope. Scona Elite, even though they just did win a fight. They took down 2. They're already back up though, but they're still gonna push on the bottom lane. They have the Ravage up. They have a Macropire up in 10. Venomel's ulti is up, and the offering, of course, is up as well. Even though where is he? Yeah, there he is. He's gonna come in very soon with his space boots, with his drums. Looks like Faceless Void might be going for a Mask of Madness. We'll see though. Tornado going through, EMP as well, forcing them back. Mini already burned the balls. Mana still has a Ravage if he wants to though, but cannot use the Ravage and the Mecha anymore. Well, now he can, with the Mana Boots if someone else used. It's of course very useful. Mana Boots of the Venomancer, and they actually back off. Don't want to take this head-on team fight. Of course, Black Hole is off cooldown again as well. They take down the Sentry Ward as well. Oh, no. Yeah, I was gonna say, as well as the other ward. Ricky still chasing them down, seeing if he can find someone. Yeah, found someone. That is a 3-shot Jakiro. 2200 gold up on the Ricky. And Scona, they don't know how fast they can get out of there. Get out of there. Let's see. More of a mask. Just that one being brought to Benster right now. Because I haven't really checked out over the items just yet. I mean, we saw the mechanism up on the Tide just now. We saw the drums up on the Warlock. Doesn't have that much yet. Next to that one, it's the 2 highest farmers up on Skonas is actually the Tide as well as the Faceless Void. And I have to say, I mean, Faceless Void is a nice carry, and in theory he can still carry his team. But Ricky is starting to get a bit out of control, though. I mean, oh, wait a second, tier 1 tower. Gonna be taking some heat. Fortification gets forced out. He's waiting for that Chronosphere. He needs some people to be there though. There he goes. Time lapsing in. Chronosphere hits on 2. Pearl Jam, not going to be able to do so. Macropire hits on 2 as well. Ravage as well. And there goes 1. Ricky already down. Hoop now in a lot of trouble as well as Heineken. Heineken drops as well. Jakiro getting a double kill in total. Black Hole though catches 3. Pearl Jam will still die for that one. Not enough damage to go through that black hole. The only one that's actually still alive again. Oh! And this time he gets interrupted because he TP'd right on top of that sentry ward. And that is a team wipe. And that is the team fight that Scona has built its lineup for. That's the team. You know what I mean. That's what they were aiming for all along. And they got it this time. Might not be all in one hit. Might not be all the same Chronosphere. Same Micropire. But that's what they wanted. Tidehunter was able to buy a Blink Dagger with that gold. And let's see what... oh, Faceless Void actually died in that mess, by the way. I didn't even notice that, but it was Enigma that he was actually in the black hole. Enigma that got the last hit there. But tier 2 tower fortification going through. Locks Heineken in place as well as Iron Helmet, but gives the team a time to back off there again. TP out from Jakiro will be in time. He picked up a Ghost Scepter. That is what you want to have if you're versus a Ricky. Ghost Scepter / Force Staff, or maybe even both in time. Of course, Force Staff got a bit more expensive in this patch. And it's the Faceless Void that's continuing to farm. And he picked up a Mask of Madness indeed. Pump out extra damage that in that Chronosphere, of course. It brings with it extra risk as well, because you are a bit more vulnerable. But we'll see how he's going to deal with that one. See, Darkseer is going to build towards the Hood. Crystal Main has of course been playing as support, picked up some gauntlets. Might be going to make him into bracers, but at least she's getting some more HP. We have a Yule Scepter being built up by the Invoker by the looks of it. Might still be going for Force Staff and something else. So, I mean, Invokers normally have those Force Staffs if they're going for Quas Wax, just for that extra mobility. But we'll see what he's actually going to go for. We'll find out soon enough, I would expect. Mechanism up on the Enigma as well as Power Threads, and it's gonna be Ricky that is almost complete in building his Manta Cell. And that actually was the second time that he died in that fight. And right now, these three, I mean, these two, just the Jakiro and the Venomancer, they cannot farm by themselves. As soon as Ricky finds them, they're dead. It's just that simple. So they cannot be alone, and that's why we see them not being alone and having the Tidehunter with them. To be able to help and TP out from the Ricky. Wants to farm elsewhere, gonna farm mid. No more charges left on his Diffusal Blade. There's one thing that we have to note. And he doesn't have the gold to buy a new recipe. So no more Purge. Might be good for Scona Elite. We're gonna see. At least his Monster is ready, so he'll have some extra power to back him up. BKB looks to be the next item of Faceless Void. Picked up an Ogre Club. 5 heroes of each team going for this tier 2 tower. It's gonna be a battlefield, or is it? Maybe when Scona finds out that the Dire Destroyer of the Radiant is actually ready to fight, they will give up. At least for both teams, all the cooldowns are up. Every single one of them. Every single ultimate. The tower getting chipped away slowly but steadily. If you think about it, initiation purposes, there is of course a surge up on the Darkseer that could force the initiation up. They don't know if that's not the real one. But they gave away, they have sentry wards. Surge up the Enigma, tried to go for Black Hole. But yes, Scona, they get the tower. Well, kinda gets tower, tower goes down, but gets denied by the Ricky. And they back off, it's what they wanted. And maybe they're gonna try the same thing in the mid lane. I mean, can't hurt, right? Cannot hurt. Invisibility rune up on the Tide. His initiation now is very powerful as long as he doesn't have a, a tower around him. And they're gonna go for Roshan. I mean, he can just stand here wait until every one of the Radiants is surrounding him and then Ravage and then boom. Everybody dies.
Double damage.
Well, that's his goal, obviously. Double damage up by the Faceless Void. There is no ward up here for the Radiant though. They don't know that this is happening. And TP comes in from the Ricky to continue farming mid. But they don't know what's happening. They have one ward up, which is right here. It's just been put up. Very defensive. And his faceless void that picks up the Aegis. The 1300 gold up on him as well. If he wants to go for that BKB, he can also already pick up his recipe, but probably just gonna wait until he can buy the whole thing at once. Maybe the Minter Hammer if he feels like he's gonna die. And there's the Yule Scepter indeed completed up on that Invoker. 1k gold up on him already again. I'm gonna just quickly check the gold graph. I mean, 3k gold in favor of Scona Elite with 1 tower difference is really not that much. So that's something that we have to understand right now. This gold difference doesn't make that much difference. The allocation of it does, but we see that both Faceless Void as well as Ricky are about even. So yeah, it doesn't make that much difference. So we're gonna see what these are gonna do. They're gonna find Enigma, who's gonna be first target, gonna try to TP out. Will there be a stun? No! Yes! Ravage! Hits on 3! Hits on 2! It's gonna be Heineken that's gonna try to run for his life. He's not gonna be able to do so. Faceless Void picks him up, and Enigma already died there as well, and they're gonna try to go for more. There's a Chronosphere, locks in the Ricky. Do they have a gem? Yes, they do. It's gonna be Venomizer with that gem, and Ricky, you cannot get out. Lands a silence, but you are dead, sir. Double kill for Benzer on his Faceless Void. And they are getting ahead with kills again, or at least they are catching up for sure. Tier 2 Tower looking pretty squishy right now, because without the Darkseer, without the Ricky, and without the Enigma, Crystal Main and Evo cannot do a single thing to stop this push-in. And they still even have the Macropyre. Tornado EMP. Deafening Blast. It's just harassment though. They can just continue hitting on this tier 3 tower. And I'm just very quickly gonna check the experience graph. Or am I not? No, I'm not. Vacuum inside the replica wall. They have to now back off. Malefice up on Faceless Void. Gale still going up, making Pearl Jam very, very, very slow. Even though he has a black hole, cannot use it right now. And they cannot go in right now. Or are they? Oh, okay. Benzer just doesn't care about that replica wall. There's the Ice Path. Locking in the Invoker. Tower's still alive. Venomance Words might be able to pick it off though. And Benzer will be healed up by the yeah, Venomance Word did pick it up. But Benzer will be healed up again by the Warlock. And that is a tier 3 tower dead. So I was gonna check the experience graph, because that shows a massive drop. 2 even. This was the team fight where they got a team wipe, and then more kills happen afterwards. And even though the kills are in favor of C4, so many of those kills were done early game, that early game kills just give a lot less experience as late game kills. So that is why we see the experience graph spiking downward again. And we see the Dire, they are going for map control all the way. There is one. There is one. There is one. This one was disappearing though. Well, it was there. And there is one as well still. But yeah, those last 2 are going to disappear fairly shortly. But they make sure that at least the Radiant Jungle is fully warded. No place so far for C4, or at least if they're gonna, then we might see them getting caught out and die in the process. Venomize also goes after, I mean, you versus the Ricky that had a good start. You kind of have to BKB up on Benzer because he did not want to die versus the Ricky. This would have been a solo kill, by the way, and Ricky actually picked up his next Diffusal Blade, so has got those stacks again, only used 1 so far, so only just has it. And Benzer able to get out there alive. And even if he didn't, he still had an Aegis, so would have been able to get back out of there regardless. Smoke up for the Radiant team. They're gonna try to find some people. Who will they find? Will they find Jakiro? He's over here all by himself. And I think, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be very happy very soon. 4-star forward though. He might be able to stay alive. Surge in for Miracle on the Ricky. But here comes the ward, or at least the ward is the Venomancer with the gem. And they know he's there. EMP as well, Chronosphere. Oh, Ricky already blinks right away. No Tornado. It's going to be Heineken that is in some trouble right now, but the Deafening Blast is slowed down. Yule Scepter going off there as well as Venomance ulti. Black Hole is getting cancelled already, and it is Enigma goes down, Darkseer goes down, Venomance in a lot of trouble there, gonna hold his ground, gonna stand there and attack Ricky. Gonna be able to do so. Ricky now on the run, and will not be able to run though, he dies. And that was a Ravage, an Offering, a Macropyre, Venomance ulti, as well as a Chronosphere, all in one fight. Every single one of these ultis have gotten used, and again, the only 2 left alive is the Crystal Maiden and the Invoker. And that is the start of Scona. They want to go for the barracks, and I do think that they might be able to do so. Does Ricky have buyback? No, he does not. Darkseer's almost back up again as well as the Enigma, but he doesn't have a black hole anymore. Tornado go through, EMP as well. But, you know, they don't care about that. They care about this barracks, and they will be able to get it as well. Nova will try to slow them down, literally. Vacuum, deafening blast, but it's only delays. Malefice up on Mini. Ice Path will lock in Enigma. They actually go for the Enigma right now, who is now on the way out again. Will be fine. Has a Gale on him now, though, so he's extra slow. Cannot really walk in there and do something again. Range barracks are going to be the target next. Harassment coming in from the Radiant team, but that's all they can do right now. Vacuum in once again harassment, but the range barrack still drops. That's going back out. Now Tornado up on the Venomance, EMP as well. And it's going to be Wagamama. He's just going to start casting his upheaval, making sure that nobody's going to chase that. But nobody was. Nobody was. And that is the, basically the price they got from having that team fight earlier. I mean, if you win team fights, you're gonna have to try to get something in return for it. And so far, Scona has been able to do that every single time. Well, most of the times anyway. Be that towers, be that barracks, they make sure they get something in return. Oh, there's now 2 golems up on the Warlock if he throws down his ultimate. That's nice. Tidehunter picked up an Oblivion Staff. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yes, you are. It's teamfight they're built around, and if you can have more teamfight, then why not? Refresher Orb. And we go in the thing for tag. Maybe Warlock should do the same. Oh, I was gonna say he should do the same thing, and he already picked up an Oblivion Staff. So they are going for Refresher Orbs. Man, that teamfight is gonna hurt. But that is just so painful if they actually get those up before the game would be over. Have to continue farming. That would be so painful. Enigma in the meantime, 1600 gold, probably wants to go for something like a Blink Dagger or something. I mean, yes, there is a surge to get him in position to help him help him initiate, but it's not the same as a Blinking, obviously.
Invisibility.
Purely, maybe also because of that ice path. So there's all the disables coming out from Scona. Not that many disables to be fair, but still enough to make sure you don't cast your black hole to your full potential. If you don't get a good position for your black hole, that is. Pipe now up on the Darkseer, or at least can buy the recipe if he wants to. It's going to be Invoker that's got 2800 gold, so I'm curious to see what he's going to go for as next item. I think something like a Sheepstick would be a good option for them, purely to be able to do something against that Faceless Void, because right now, Ricky's not able to do anything about that Faceless Void anymore. He kind of lost his momentum and it looks like he's still level 18. I was going to say 28, but that's of course not really realistic. No, level 18 is lower than the Faceless Void, and if we look at net worth, he is definitely no longer on par with that one. It is only 3k gold difference, but that is still an entire item, and it's actually a Demon's Acid Edge that gets picked up by the Faceless Void, so more damage for him. And the BKB is up on him as well already, as we saw that being built earlier today. 2800 gold up on the Tidehunter. We're going to keep an eye on the Warlock as well. Warlock who's standing by, who has got only 600 gold. In the meantime, Tier 2 Tower getting some slight harassment, but they are being very careful. They actually just want to force out the team fight. In the meantime, Tier 2 Tower does drop to the creeps. And of course the push that Ricky did. But the tower is just slowly but steadily is getting chipped off. And the Venomancer Wars doing their works. And it's Jakiro that keeps making sure that Liquid Fire is constantly up on there. And Jakiro actually got the last hit on the tower there as well. Upheaval, slowing down everybody. We saw Invoker on the edge of it, walking really slowly, but Wagamama, I'm not going to continue casting it. Venomancer Wars doing what they can. And again, they just every time again, they just chipped it off. Little by little, and they can just do that. Heineken gets locked inside the ice path. More right clicks going. Venomancer also throws down a right click. Deafening Blast. Meteor. There comes Rapid Wolf. Ravage gets used, so as well as offering as well to Macro Fire and the Chronosphere. Enigma goes down. Invoker goes down. Darkseer goes down. Enigma buys back though, but it's Ricky that drops as well. Can Ricky buy back? Actually, no, he cannot. And even though Invoker bought back, it is again Invoker and Crystal Maiden, the only two left alive on C4. And the GG gets called. After a great start from C4, they are not able to hold up against this massive team fight coming off from Scona Elite. And they're gonna have to give up on their hopes of going to Paris. Because it's only a single elimination, it's only best out of ones. And it's gonna be Scona that's gonna go on to the next round of these ESWC qualifiers. Internationals, as in the qualifiers for the teams that are international, everybody bars Southeast Asia is basically in the international ESWC qualifiers. That's why they call, well, I'm just gonna call them West, you know what I mean. Black Hole still gets casted. Actually, they're gonna be able to get Benz here, are they? Yes, and he just got his MKB complete as well. Is he gonna be able to buy back? No, I don't think so. At least he has the MKB to look pretty his inventory when he's dead, or when in the end screen. Maybe gonna try to do what he can. Did finish his refresher orb, by the way, and there's the Ravage again. And in the meantime, Warlock was not able to finish his orb. Mini dies there. Ricky still tries to pick up some heroes. And it's gonna be Darkseer that dies as well. And that is 4 heroes down, 5 heroes down in total. And GG gets called again. In the meantime, siege creeps as well as normal creeps trying to take down these barracks. Looks like C4 is still wanting to defend this though. They don't want to give up. Here comes Venomancer again, though. Venomancer's gonna find Ricky on his back, and that is something that you don't want to find. But the thrower still goes down. And there it goes. There it goes. And it is gonna be Scona Elite that's gonna go to round number 5 of these qualifiers, and I'm gonna hope to be able to cast that match as well, so hopefully stay tuned for that, and more Dota 2 come up. My name is Sheever, I am a Go-To Gamers caster. You can subscribe to my YouTube on youtube.com/SheeverGaming. I would be really appreciated because I'm trying to get 5k subscriptions. And yeah, well, more games coming up hopefully shortly. Stay tuned.